with headlines like latest updates. Alleged ransom note may have left clues about Nancy Guthrie's possible location. I would call that not an update to your fucking story. Do you know what
Yeah. Yeah, not an update.
And of course, this is all pushed by the TMZ, which of course the TMZ guy's in the Epstein files. Jeffrey Epstein said, man, he's a good guy to know. Harvey, whatever the fuck for TMZ. And again, fuck everyone in the file. Like, unless the file, you know what I mean? Unless the file is Jeffrey Epstein writing the words, fuck that guy, he's mean to me about what a pedophile I am. Like, everyone can get fucked, right? Like,
it's a great way to put it. What's the point of having a radio system? A scope never picks it up. Scope! What is taking so long? I've been calling on the radio the entire time. Have you loaded the skulls back into the Canon yet?
When you say back into the Canon, you know, the part, they've never been in the Canon yet, but I'm working on, I didn't have the radios, they don't travel as well. But boss, a couple things about the Canon here with the skulls. They're not, you know, we're skulls, you and me, we're two guys, we're skull guys. These are different types of, these are like dead guy skulls. We're real guys. Not very hard. You know, they're not, I'm a little worried that, you know, firing them maybe just splat on, the ship hull, a heavy metal ship hull, perhaps.
Skulk, I don't pay you.
I understand the branding. I get the branding of it all. We're skulls. We shoot skulls. I get it. Just seem, you know what I mean, boss? I'm not questioning. No questions, boss. Just, you know.
Seems like you are questioning. You know, Skulk, you'd be a lot better at your job if I didn't have to hear about the labor pains and you just gave me the baby. Give me what I want, Skulk. And freaking fire the skulls in the freaking Canon. Why can't you do this simple task?
But, you know, I don't really have a way to launch the skulls. This is a box. It's a wooden box, which is weird. Everything else in space seems to be made of futuristic technologies. I have a wood box full of skulls here, boss. And you didn't give me a gunpowder or a blasting cap or any. You know, I'm not a demolitions expert. I'm kind of more of a technician kind of guy.
We're in charge of buying the Canon and the ammunition. I just thought you knew what you were doing when you filled out the work order. If I would have known that you couldn't do it, I wouldn't have given you this responsibility.
Boss, I'm not allowed to fill out the work orders. I don't know if you remember.
I signed the work orders, but I wasn't paying attention. What'd you do? Just tell me. How'd you fuck this up this time?
Okay, boss, I think the skull thing and the lack of explosive things was kind of a pretense for the real problem, which is the Canon you got me, boss. You know.
What's wrong with it?
Well, boss, I was thinking, you would get us a cannon, to fire the skulls, which I understand, but there was a bit of an issue. It seems that it's a camera.
What do you mean it's a camera?
It's a Canon camera, boss. I think that it was just recommended on Amazon. I mean, on the Nothing Space. This is an Amazon. What is on nothing.com? And I think it might have just been ordered, accidentally there, boss. Maybe someone didn't know what they were filling out when they requisitioned the forms.
That totally could not have been what happened. Skulk, this is definitely going to reflect on your annual review. I hope you weren't thinking that you were going to get a raise for your poor behavior. And yes, I see now that it is a Canon camera. And, I am disappointed, but also relieved because we are technically a research crew as well as, pirates.
And boss,
so
I mean,
it's a win.
If we're not going to be blowing anybody up, I mean, I can't think of a better thing to do than to take our Canon camera and go perhaps get some stunning Polaroid pictures of a Chevy Colorado in space. The power of the Chevy Colorado is really, expanded, with the beautiful resolution and picture quality that you can only really get from a Canon camera, boss. So I think, while initially maybe it wasn't the best purchase. I mean, perhaps it was an accident, but the happiest accident of our lives, really, that we have such a beautiful product now here for us as well, along with all these, fine other products like as mentioned, the Chevy Colorado, which now flies through space, which is very cool as well, boss.
You hear that, Canon and Chevy Colorados? Give us free stuff. Anyways, Skulk, you do whatever you need to do down here. Take some photos. I don't care. Just don't bother me for the next 24 hours. All right. Bye.
Okay. All right, boy. Boss, first, before you go, let's look at the incredible resolution on the camera and see what the captain...
I need a break from you. No, you... And don't try to come up because I'm locking the bay doors. All right, bye now, Skulk. Resist and unsubscribe, everyone. That's all I'll say. I've canceled Netflix and Spotify just because, I don't know, I kind of want to see what happens. I feel like we all just start to unsubscribe for maybe not the whole year, but months at a time. It's definitely going to throw stuff off. And maybe we can stop the invasion of AI into every aspect of our life.
Like a real thing that I've been doing. And maybe I should start, if this is a thing we do, maybe I should start pushing on the podcast. Like I only ever have one subscription to now of course I have Adobe and all this shit, it's unavoidable or whatever, but I'm always one streaming service. I'll pay for one, right? And I say that includes music and movies, right? I make the decision, which might be harder for you with kids or whatever, right? I'm no, this month I'm gonna be at the beach and be outside, so I'm not gonna pay for TV. I'm gonna pay for the infinite streaming music or whatever. You know what I mean? But
yes,
there's something to you need to deprive yourselves of stuff a little bit, so you understand what you actually want and need and stuff. Which I think some people are gonna start to we've been sitting here on this show and in our real lives forever being this stuff is getting worse, and it's because you just keep paying them and they're fuck you, then we'll take the money, right?
Yes, they've turned everything into a consumer staple, honestly. That's what they've done. Because I was thinking about this, it's Spotify has made it where you were so privileged to listen to any song you want at any given time that now they're just taking up rent on you.
So but yes, I think I texted you earlier, right? We need to institute intellectual property tax, right? There's something going on here where we have to take the money we have now back now while we can in the places we can, and in the distant past they need to. We're in the distant future, it's all fine. Except for this elevator ride, which won't end. But
must be a kid on here hitting all the buttons.
Don't say it. It summons the song when you say it.
Welcome to the Nothing Corp elevator. Anyways, so resist and unsubscribe. Actually, Prof G was the one that started it. And I kind of think he has a point. But yeah, Prof G's my father. Prof G's my father. Dude, Professor Green, my father.
Yes, Dr. Green. I think there's very much a thing that they're just counting on your fucking passive income forever, and them counting on your passive income, right? They just think they think because they own Star Wars, I owe them fucking money, right?
They definitely think that.
No, dude. I own Star Wars in my head. Sorry, dude. I'd love to see it again, but I don't have to. And also, if I really wanted to, you can, the problem is, right, they can't put the genie back in the bottle. And there was, I saw someone say this, and they're right? They've brought piracy back. There was this beautiful time when, Netflix was, making money by streaming stuff to people, and people were making money, and I'm not the Writers Guild of America was mad about it or something, right? But you can't be oh, the internet is only for paying your bills, right? Which is what they're doing, right? The internet is it's oh no, the internet is just our computers linked together and stuff. It's not like
we let you
like,
guys do
dude,
this.
they are like you people like, you know, people say touch grass and all this stuff forever, but it's like it's so obvious when the way some of them talk about it. It's like they think that like the thing about like Ready Player One or whatever is like, and why like no one likes it is because like it's not. It's because like it's nothing, and like the book I like maybe has more than the movie, but it's like it is the movie, I guess, or the story, whatever, is about how like all of this shit's terrible, right? But it's also a movie celebrating all of this shit, right? Like in a way that like, well, it just can't sit with you well, right? Because if you really love all this shit, it would like kind of upset you that they're like at the end they're like, and sometimes you should be off the internet, right? But like also the answer to that is like everyone should have gotten off entirely, right? They Wall-E'd themselves. Did anyone see the movie Wall-E? People should watch the movie Wall-E.
Wall-E's a scary movie, dude. It is the future of humanity. In my opinion.
I know, no, we're too stupid to go to space. Like we wouldn't be able to build luxury yachts in space. Like what they're gonna do is they're gonna fucking ship people off into space, and then they're gonna send AI videos back of them being like, "I'm fine, I love it up here," right? But they all
with
just got mashed into. No, they're just gonna
fine.
Dude, they're gonna be like, we're launching everyone into space, and they're actually just gonna like incinerate everyone, right? They're gonna make like prestige machines. We're like, oh, we're gonna teleport everyone to the moon, but they just drop everyone into a bucket of water, they drown, and then on the moon, like there's AI clones, because we'll never go. No one who's not on the moon would ever go to the moon. So like everything happening on the moon could just be an AI illusion of things fucking happening, right? Or Mars or whatever, right? And if you want to go, you're never actually gonna go. You just go there and be one of the people that says it's great up there, right?
So like a synth?
No, because they don't. That would take money and time. No, they'll fake that you're there.
Yeah, I just assume that we're all doomed. You know, you hate to say it, but I mean, what if this is like the third go round of humanity? And every time we had a destruction, it was because we created AI. Wouldn't that be something?
I mean, the Romans built the roads that the people came in, that rode in to conquer them on, or whatever, right? If I fucked that up, but you know what I'm trying to say, right?
But it's true. I mean, it's a metaphor for what we're building the roads to replace ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, here's like,
and they've put it in your retirement account, so we're like, you have to do it. There's no way that you don't do it.
I mean, you heard that Michael Saylor quote. He's they're gonna bail themselves out. Like this is all going to crash before you like. If there's a rise in a bunch of politicians going like, we're going to clean this shit, like new people or people that come from whatever, right? We're going to clean this shit up. The day after they all win, those people are just going to take their money and fucking run. Right?
Yeah. I mean, the way I see it is
like, this is going to take people running on a platform of like fucking like post something like, you're going to have to go after, like, what's going to happen is we're going to have to write laws that say, no, sorry, we're retroactively taking your fucking money. And, like, people are going to hate the concept of the way that sounds and all, but it's going to be the only way.
It's CBDCs. That's why they got it in there. That's why they had crypto added to it. In my opinion, all of this leads to CBDC, which is programmable money that goes away, and then you have to spin it when they say you can spin it. That's what it's going to be.
Like, that's why people got to start, like, I don't know, thinking local or something.
I think what we got to do is rob them. I think we all got to like stop going to work, stop paying our bills, figure out a way that we all band together and go rob them. Like January 6th at the White House was not the right play. It should be like at Trump Tower. It should be at literally everywhere that's supporting them.
But again, we go all the way back to like when I was like, Mike, we need to make a cartoon show, not Ride on the King, right? and also because you're a pussy or whatever. But like,
yeah, I totally wouldn't do that at all. No, I mean, I'm saying we should do that. We're not going.
But they're like, but they don't have anything to steal.
Because all this should be free
It's all
anyways.
fake.
We should all just be helping each other.
Yeah, man.
Really.
This is like I was thinking
should
about
be
the other
helping
day, like,
and humping and taking drugs.
all the things people say that are like bullshit, right? Like people are like, oh, what am I, my brother's keeper? I'm like, if you've yes is the answer. The Bible says yes, you fucking are. Like, which is just
two
like
things
so
that I
funny,
know that
right? Like,
everyone that's like super MAGA has never done: read the Bible or the Constitution. Now I haven't read either of those either, but I know that they haven't either.
yeah, well, you know, it is one of those things where, like, in your defense, right? You don't wrap yourself in the Constitution or the Bible, so it's like not your. Like, Mike, I've never once heard you attempt to quote the Constitution to me. I don't think.
I mean, other than the fifth.
like you know, I don't recall, but that's like, it's like that's what's fine. It's here's a weird, interesting thought I was having, Mike. This is not quite a Captain and Mr. Green thought. This might be, but we'll keep it in. It's like I was thinking about the you know how I say everything's a parabola if you pay attention enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of the parabola of like you accepting that I'm right about everything, right? And I was thinking about how there's a rise of it, like people being like not listening to me is directly correlated to like the internet getting bad and shit, right? And now people are realizing like, oh, Mike, were you saying shit the whole time? It's like, yeah, you just like. But it's this thing that's wrong with people's heads where like I'll just say some stuff and it's not like it's mostly right and I'm like kind of or whatever. And someone's like, oh, this one fact you had was wrong, so my point's right and not yours. Aren't you stupid? Oh, you were wrong or whatever. It's like that's not like what conversations or understanding or knowledge is, right? Like
well, I think what happens when you make everything about capitalism and money, the fundamentals of the things that matter go out the window, right? Because the only thing that wins is money. Right. So it's like you can win even though like your ideology or your thoughts are like could be the worst things in the world. And you're like, I win though, because I have all the money. I mean, I'm sure that's how Elon Musk thinks, right?
Yeah, man.
The reality, I don't think Plato was ever like, I win because I have all the money.
the problem with the world right now is that people are accepting, like I have been screaming about this my entire fucking life, right? Of like, stop taking the CEO's word that he's the one that works the hardest at the company. Because every time you see him, no, he's fucking not, is he? Right?
No.
Like, what do you, like, stop accepting this shit from people, right? Stop letting them be like, sure, that's their justification. Don't let it be yours. Stop listening to the guy with the most money. He's not going to give it to you. He's a cunt. That's how he got it.
Yep. They're cut.
You know
so
what I mean? Like,
what's funny is that I have some people that are older at work that are retiring, and they saw the Super Bowl halftime show, and like before they said like anything Bad Bunny, one of the guys was like, did you saw the Green Day play beforehand? And this guy's like 72, about to retire, and I was like, yeah, they were really big when I went to high school, and he's like, yeah, their first song was kind of weird. It was like Idiot American. I was like, that's just weird. And I'm like, the irony is, one, it's American Idiot, and the whole point is to not be one, and you don't even get that because you didn't even know the name of the song, let alone know what the lyrics said.
Dude,
it's just
I was
I'm like,
watching
wow, you proved my point pretty easy without me even having to say anything. Because you are an American idiot. You believe every spoon-fed thing ever sent to you that Fox News has ever tried to shove down your pee hole. I don't know.
Dude, one of the best edits I saw on this was I was watching the Nando V movies or whatever, and he had this thing. He was like, I don't really want to talk about the Super Bowl halftime show. He was talking about the commercials, but then he did for like 20 minutes or whatever. And then like one of the things he did, he's like, and I think one of the weirdest arguments people have is that like, oh, well, I want music I can understand. And then he cuts to like Chris, to the Kid Rock thing. He's like, it's like, what are you talking? Like, you know, like you can't, that's not words either. Like you can't understand Bad Bunny, but he's saying something. Kid Rock isn't saying anything. And the things he's saying are wildly inappropriate for your family friendly thing, right? Like, I don't know. It's so weird. The world's fucked.
It just gets weirder and weirder every day. But you know what? I blame the media companies more than anything. More than anything,
It's all the,
all you they that's the biggest problem. Is if there's an industry that AI should just take over for certain because it could at least like report facts of what people say just from recordings. That's all we need is the opinions and facts of biased people and tell
dude,
me who
I'm
said
so
it.
sick.
I don't need to hear. I don't need
Here's
to hear these
yeah.
fucking opinion pieces anymore. We get it. Your job is so easy that you don't have to do any work now and get paid and make everybody's life panicky and shit. You
Yeah,
deserve,
dude.
dude. You deserve to die. Really, the people
Dude.
that are running
Yeah,
this shit,
fuck
because
them,
it's like you're
dude. Like
making
fuck them.
lives way worse
I
on
know
both
for your own
sides of the
personal. I
scale.
know this is just bad people. Like, dude, I was thinking about like, and it's like the weaponized apathy or whatever, right? But I think a lot about like I was thinking about Caitlin Clark. Is it no? That's the name of the basketball player, Caitlin Collins. That's the name of the CNN reporter. And there's always something like Donald Trump was mean to Caitlin Collins, and she really showed him what for. I'm like, no, she fucking didn't. It's the same story every time. Like, there's this thing going on where like no one's asking any questions because like interviewing the president and asking him the tough question isn't like the highlight of your career. It's the thing that like jumpstarts your career now, right?
Yes.
Man, if I could just interview Donald Trump, then I'll be set for life, right? Like, or Biden, whoever, right? Like, it's like the jumping off point of like all this other bullshit where it's like, no, man, being like such a respected journalist that people are like, no, you have to sit down with like this guy and answer his fucking question. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, no, that doesn't exist at fucking all because everything is 6 levels of interconnected like media nonsense, right? Like, I just can't I can't with like Jon Stewart and them anymore, man. And I guess they're still there doing whatever they're fucking doing. You know what I mean? But like,
Hey, the
I don't
monkey's got
know.
to dance. The monkey's got to
Right?
dance.
It's so obviously like a dance at this point, right? Because they're all just bouncing around like these same companies and all this shit, that are all like, I don't know. The Paramount CEO, I saw that Paramount CEO met with Trump, and they're like, this doesn't have anything to do. So like the Saudi Arabians are all going to get Superman, Mike. It's all they want, and it's the thing I won't let happen. but right.
I think anybody that can strike a deal with Trump at this point is going to get exactly what they want, as long as that Trump can look good for a second and have a headline. I don't even think it has to be beneficial anymore.
But it doesn't matter. Like he's just like they're I mean, we're in the distant future, so it's hard. We already know what happens. We're just
we already know what happens. Everything went to shit.
What do you mean? We have this great job. I mean, the elevator ride's a little long, but other than that, it's pretty good.
I mean, yeah, it's over a 3,000 level elevator.
I mean, I think that like the air.
Crank. Sorry.
For an elevator, like it smells normal, but like I mean, elevators. The general smell of an elevator is lower than normal, right? Like the elevators. So this smells like a good elevator, but a good elevator smells generally not too great.
Huh? That's pretty funny because I've been farting this whole time, so you've just been liking the smell of my farts, Captain.
Well, I'm going to put that in the codex. You know what? I think the cat. I'm sorry. As the captain, I carry this codex around with me, and I just like punch in little factoids about you, Green, because no one knows anything about you. You're in a space alien, and your memory was lost after that war or whatever. So I'll just note down you fart out of your butt.
Yes.
You fart out of your okay. That's all. I just noting it down. We didn't know that. Now we know that you fart.
I'm gonna glaze over that, Captain, because it's
It'll
very
come up
weird.
later.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Oh wait, I'm pretty sure the season finale is going to have a lot to do with you farting. But okay.
Wait. What's that codex say? J.J. Abrams' telephone. I don't know about that, Captain.
Listen, please
might amount to nothing.
Please do not refer to the.
I do have something I do want to talk about, totally unrelated to the economy of nothing, but also 100% related to the economy of nothing.
Okay.
So, first off, I'd like to say that Henry Cavill, I think that we could be good friends. I think every nerd on the planet thinks it could be friends with Henry
But
Cavill.
Google see if Henry Cavill's on the Epstein-file.
Yeah. I hope
Is
he's
that what we're
not.
gonna do from now on? It's just like quick Google.
I hope he's not.
Right.
But he's doing a movie that I love that no one watched. I don't say no one. I think most people did not watch this movie when it was first out. But do you remember the movie Highlander, Mike, with Sean Connery and
The
the guy that played
Highlander, Mike.
Raiden?
I
Yeah.
will tell you something about Highlander. I know so much about Highlander. I've never seen a fucking second of any Highlander, Highlander 1, Highlander. But like I also know, like I know canon stuff about, like I know that like at some point they like reset the canon and they are from space, but they're not from space. It's very weird kind of stuff going on in the Highlander.
So the original
I
Highlander,
like the idea you cut the head off and then
Yeah.
if you're, it's Jet Li's the one. But like
it's
with
Jet
swords.
Li's. It was before Jet Li's the one, so it's the Highlander is the original. Jet Li's the one.
But Jet Li's the one.
The idea is that you live forever unless your head gets cut off, and when you cut the head off another Highlander, you absorb his power. And in the movie, the original movie, the guy who played Raiden in Mortal Kombat is the guy, and then
Connor
Sean Connery
McLeod.
is some Scottish dude who's from
funny.
Ireland or somewhere.
Sean Connery is like this. Is what I know too much. Sean Connery plays the Spaniard, but he just has his like Scottish accent.
It's Scottish accent for a Spaniard, but at the time he didn't care. It was great, and like he trains the Highlander. It's like a Highlander finds another Highlander, and he trains the Highlander of the Raiden guy to like because I guess there's the bad guy from Back to the Future is Butch or whatever his name is.
Okay.
He is the bad Highlander. And he's like an evil one. He like knows that if you cut off the heads of these guys that he gets power. He's trying to get the most power. So like Sean Connery sacrifices himself to this Highlander who is going to be Henry Cavill in the reboot. I just think from like a reboot standpoint, from somebody who's going to like take the origins of the show very serious from the books and whatnot, Henry Cavill is going to do a great job. It's going to be awesome. And I think he's reached a point where if you work with him, I think he's Hollywood enough where he can kind of like have say in scripts and shit. Whereas like with The Witcher, he was still like proving himself, you know?
Mike, I'm going to allow this optimism. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Have something to think about.
I like Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill does seem like, at least with The Witcher, it seemed like, to me anyway, what he wanted was the Witcher show I wanted, and what Netflix wanted was the Witcher show that we got, and that's why he left. So I guess that's from that standpoint, right? Like, Mike, there aren't too many, like, here's the thing, right? I don't know what the actual story is, but Henry Cavill walked away from that Netflix show because he's Henry Cavill and it's Netflix, right? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
No one walks away from anything anymore. No one walks away from fucking anything anymore. No one. We can't even walk away from this elevator we're stuck in, right? Like everyone is forever, every character forever that they've ever played ad nauseum and past their death, right? And so for no one stands up to anyone for any reason. So even if this guy, for someone to go, I think it should be like the book and walk away. It's the most courage anyone's shown in Hollywood in 2 decades, probably, right? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I'll say about Henry Cavill, it's a project he's associated with that seems to be like, dude, no one would touch the Highlander. Like, I've always asked, why isn't Highlander being remade? Like, because no one ever saw it. And that's how you know they're like scraping the bottom of the barrel. But for Henry Cavill to be like, I want to do this fucking movie. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I'm sure he sought it out. Like,
I mean, the thing that I think that like would have, like, if we're going to live in the land of positivity, Mike, I think in future episodes, not now because we're stuck in this elevator, in future episodes, maybe that's when we go to that planet that's all mushrooms and stuff. It's the land of positivity. Just
it's
drive
the land
through there.
Of positivity. It's just all drugs. Yeah, no, I get that.
But yeah, no, I mean, he does good action and stuff. So like, if I'd love to see a movie with some good fucking sword fights in it, that'd be fucking awesome.
Like legit sword fight, and someone that's actually taking the character seriously.
Dude, if Henry Cavill, listen to me. You want me to go see this movie? You want it to make $1 billion? You just 3-minute, like the trailer should just be like just you on a mountain with someone, beautiful somewhere in New Zealand, wherever the fuck you did it, like doing a sword fight. And like for real, great. Do you know what I mean? Prove it's
that's
real
probably
fight.
what it would be.
Prove it's real fights and prove you're not on the volume, and I'm almost there, right? Because I've yet to see a trailer that proves to me it's not shot on the volume in like the longest time. I swear to God, even this stuff where people are like, this is a quirky indie thing. I'm like, that shot's not real. Like, it's so annoying. Go film somewhere, you fucking assholes. Like,
dude, they're just so pampered now.
They're so fucking lazy and they're so rich. Why would they? And it's one of those things where like, this is a money grab. Cause like, we're like, why are they all doing it? Because they're all getting paid so much. They're just going to take their money and walk away. And then like, where's going to be the money to make or do anything? It's going to be with these fucking people, right?
Yes. The problem is like the trickle-down economics. Trickle-down economics doesn't work when everybody's whole goal is to just like get a bunch of money and then never spend it.
Trickle-down economics isn't real. Fuck Ronald Reagan. Okay? Ronald Reagan was a fucking criminal. All right? Get over it. Everyone who's like, oh, I wish we had Ronald Reagan back. Yeah, you wish you could have a different Republican criminal as president? Fuck you. Right? I mean, like, they're like, they have to go all the way back to like Abraham Lincoln to find a good Republican every single time. They're like, well, we're the party of Lincoln. I'm like, okay, not really. And also, you don't have anyone in the last like 150 years or whatever, but okay.
Also, Lincoln was like one of the biggest critical thinkers out there. Like just based off like his meeting times, I was just like, dude. And now everybody's so reactionary. It's like Lincoln would be like, I'm literally not this.
Like at the time, the Democratic Party was the conservative party, and the Republican Party was the liberal party. Like it's all everything crazy. Everyone's saying all the time is a lie. Anyway, but it's cool.
It's cool. Anyone listening, stop. We're gonna have basic income. You know,
none of it matters. No one's gonna do everything. Everyone's so stop accepting people just saying crazy shit to you. Like, you don't have to. I don't think. I think you can just go. Excuse me, that's not true.
People out. That'd be great. Just like they say something really ridiculous.
Here's the last thing I'll say, Mike. For real, I've started working out again, and honestly, the only thing that kind of made me think, like maybe I'll get, like, 'cause I've been trying to for the last couple of months, unemployed, depressed, yada yada yada. I'm like, maybe the problem is I haven't hit anyone in 10 years. Maybe
I get it. You know, I've always said like there is a benefit to like looking big and saying what you mean. People tend
walk
to
softly and carry a big stick, one might say.
Yeah. I mean, it's just people tend to listen when.
That's what I'm saying, Mike. We need to be the Teddy Roosevelt, Rough Riders, DMX, trust busting, economy of nothing. Don't you get it, Mike? The captain.
Knock, knock, open up the door. It's real with the nonstop pop, pop, stainless steel. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. For some reason in my mind, when I hear that, I don't know why, but Mr. Green's hitting a guy in the head with a baseball bat.
Pop, pop.
I don't know.
I could use a baseball bat. I
don't think baseball bats aren't stainless steel, so it doesn't make any sense. But no,
you can have a stainless steel baseball bat.
But also, because there's another part where in the first knock, open up the door. Like, I think that's where we've been thinking for the longest time. When does Mr. Green hit someone with a big like sack of money? And knock. And, he hits some guy doing it, like bounces him out the bank vault, and there's a fight scene, something like that. Anyway, just call me the DMX of cartooning. You know, obviously.
Is he in the Epstein-files?
He's dead, so it's fine.
It wouldn't matter if he was.
DMX didn't know about the internet. I think DMX is fine. I think DMX is good. I mean, I'm sure he beat some women, but you know, it was the 90s. What was he supposed to do?
It was the 90s. Everybody got beaten. I don't know if that's true, but it feels right. I mean,
like, dude.
So here's the question: should we be more afraid of AI taking our jobs, or do you think it was more scary to live through the 80s?
Oh my! Can I say something real quick?
Many serial killers on the loose.
I just want to point out that like every recording artist that exists is like hit their girlfriend. It's just a thing, recording artist. So I don't want to like
probably because they're nagging them.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly.
That's terrible.
Anyway, it's just a thing to point out. I don't know. The Beatles hit their wives too. I'm not
Dude,
picking on DMX.
the Beatles hit their wife?
Yeah, well, they hit each other's wives sometimes.
Were
Anyway,
they fucking each other's wives?
I don't know, man. I don't care. Anyway,
Well,
what
you
were you
brought it
saying?
up.
I know. Well, I don't know any more than that. I just know that, like, I don't know. They all hit. I think it was John Lennon's wife. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It was Yoko Ono. I heard she was like
No, no, no,
not
the other
great.
one.
I thought Yoko
Like, they
Ono
all
was.
talk shit about Yoko Ono, but they all hit the other one.
I didn't know there was another one.
Yeah, he was married first. Well, he has a son, John
Paul
Lennon Jr.
McCarthy?
No, John Lennon had a son who was a musician for a while. I assume maybe he still is, or he's dead, or he's in the Epstein-files. Who knows?
He's probably in the Epstein-files. Does anybody listen to this anymore? Anyways,
I bet a bunch of people
folks.
listen to. Yeah, hey, economy. Yeah, I think we'd probably cut this part. You know what we didn't do at any point in any of this? Say economynothing.com. Pitch the. Should we do a thing at the beginning? Mike, let's do real quick, like 1 minute. The Captain, Mr. Green, like a thing where we're like, whatever happened to the Skull Pirates? They were following us last week or whatever, and then they like just disappeared. I assume they must have gone back to their skull ship or something.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
No, and then I just thought like, oh, that's what's. Oh, also subscribe, share, review. Go to patreon.com/economyofnothing, economyofnothing.com. Let's start the show. Yeah.
Hi, welcome back to the economyofnothing.com. This totally isn't the end of the show. We're doing this at the beginning. This is for real, for real. On this week's episode, we talk about Highlander, the new reboot with Henry Cavill as the lead. We're going to talk about how AI is going to ruin everything and probably take over our jobs. And we will lose all purpose of life itself. And that's pretty much it this episode.
Yeah, I mean, it is great, Mike, but like, here's the last thing I will say, Mike. If we go back to the positivity zone for a minute, which I won't animate this week.
The positivity zone. Wait, can the positivity zone be like an actual zone of positivity? Like, can it be like a wormhole to a zone of positivity that's just, I don't know what's positive in a positivity.
Oh my God, Mike, I love that too, because there's this thing in the Marvel universe called the negative zone.
Yeah, let's do the positive zone.
Where it's just like nice. And in the negative zone, there's this guy called like a nihilist or whatever, and he like wants to destroy everything. So there's just we won't meet him at any point, but like there's just a nice guy.
This would be the optimist.
Nice guy.
There'd be an optimist in the zone that just kills you with like politeness.
Yeah,
like,
he's just a nice guy.
You're like,
yeah.
You know, in the positive zone, like your phone charges without being plugged in at all.
Mike, so in a positive note, I do feel like in the last couple of weeks, I'm seeing a lot more stuff that like in other places, not just like the news, but other places. Okay, people are like I was talking about the Nano V movies, just like, no, fuck that's the other thing I was talking about. Let's talk about. I think that's probably good. I'm a little worried. I was making kind of a joke of it this week. I'm a little worried that like what's going to happen with so much of this stuff, like it always does, is people are just going, oh, it's like the Epstein-file. You know what I mean? Like,
so I had a realization at work that I think this is going to hit home for everybody. If you work with younger people, depending on what your age range is, doesn't matter, high, low, medium, wherever you're at in your career, you are going to be around people that are also addicted to social media. Different types, Twitter, Meta, TikTok, all of them. All of them have algorithms. All of them are listening to us. They're all biting and fighting for our time. And they're all trying to divide us. And they don't even know their algos don't even know in which the way they're trying to divide us. Like they're constantly counteracting each other. So it dawned on me that right now, the people that are like older than me, and I was like, there's probably getting algorithms of just being like, these young kids think they know everything and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I think in general, this is just going to cause so much confusion and like anxiety and panic and just hate. And I don't think it should. It's so stupid. And the thing is, I'm going to fight it the best I can. I'm sure the captain will too. but there's also the distant future. So obviously no one fought it and we lost. But the one thing I'll say is
we don't know. We're so far disconnected.
we're so
Who knows?
far.
It's 56,000 years
Who knows?
in the future.
Who knows?
We're not even in the same area. It's
My point is, if I stop paying attention to it, it's a double-edged sword. We're screwed either way. Because if me and Captain, we're not gonna play this game. Everybody else is doing it. So in that way, you're kind of getting screwed because there's just gonna be so many preconceived notions and versions of you to other people that are meeting you, and like you'll be able to walk around with your head blissful, but I just feel like everybody will constantly, like metaphorically and then ironically, be trying to stab you in the back. So if you feel like that you're not crazy. I think it's actually happening.
Yeah, like your phones like are turning everyone against you. And like it's so like again, I've talked about this before in the economy of nothing and how like, yeah, man, it's made it so that we loop back around. It's like, no, it's made you so paranoid, like falsely paranoid, that you actually should be paranoid about how paranoid it's making you. Right? Like that's the actual real paranoia. But which is so great. Like, oh no, like the sadness you feel on social media is the emptiness of using social media. Like you've gone over the cliff and now like there's nothing on social media that will make you feel good because the thing that's making you feel bad is social media. It's a fucking drug addiction. It's like we're going to look back on these like 20 years or 30 years or fucking who knows how long of social media into sports gambling and stuff. And we're not going to be like, oh, what a great job everyone did, right? And we're like, what a bunch of dumb assholes. What a bunch of stupid, dumb fucking assholes. Every single one of them. They're not going to say, what a bunch of stupid, dumb assholes, except for Mike Bedone. They're going to throw me into the fucking mix. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing here. They're going to be like, everyone, what you think something of the people in the 20s, and that's what you think of everyone in the 20s. So do you know what you think of like the worst fucking dipshit right now? That's what they're going to think of you in the future. They're going to see how like the world was on fire and you were sharing videos of fake dogs dancing.
And doom scrolling.
Like, yeah, man.
I think everyone really, before, we leave you all with one message.
Sure, these are probably shorts on YouTube. But
yeah, this is probably a short on YouTube, but what everybody should do is try to find at least one service, software as a service subscription thing that you're paying for and cancel it.
Economyofnothing.com will never bother you. It will never bother you. You just go there. The videos play on mute. If I had them play loud, guess what? I would get a view every time someone loaded but I'm not. It's a better user experience for you. They're just playing in the background in a fun carousel for you, okay? When we updating the website more, Mike's going to start writing news articles. He doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, and posting, and Mike Bedone's going to start posting whatever movie clips I want him to at any given time in the episode.
Yeah, I did that last time.
Yes, and I totally watched it last time.
You didn't watch shit. You don't even know what I'm talking about when I'm like, the Skull Pirates last week, they were, yeah, I know. It's great. You don't know it's great, Mike. I love it. Anyway.
Hey, who else are you going to find who can improv like this?
No one else. The problem is I just literally can't find anyone else. This is a real problem.
He's tried. No one will do it.
Listen, if AI, Mike, here's the real try. I'm always like, Mike, you're the secret to the economy. It's like, if I could replace you with AI, I would do it. But I can't have a conversation with an AI, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I just don't think many people have had experience in life anymore. It dawned on me today that, like, I think I used to kind of not second guess myself, but doubt myself as like, I'm not that interesting of a person. But like when you stack it up against your peers, especially the people you work with, and you're like, oh, you've had a country club style life your entire life, or you've only ever had one job, or you used to work for this company and drive around in a truck or something. You're just like, I've traveled the world, worked at many different places, worked in many different fields, worked with many different types of people, many different personalities. And I can tell you, like, we as a species need to get out of our houses and do more things to really understand how the world works. Because right now we're in the biggest bubble, not just from a stock market sense, but like we are so sheltered that we don't realize how good we got it.
Yeah, like And the problem is, right, is like it's going to take people that like have too much doing something, right? Like I think about like the civil rights movement and like what that took was like white people voting against their self-interest, right? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, not really, because race, like injustice anywhere is, you know, but you know what I mean? Like theoretically, like there were people being like, why would you vote to give another person a vote when that devalues your vote? Like, you know, and of course they say way more racist, but like from the very fact of the matter, you could quote unquote make a reasonable argument that you're giving away a percentage of the power of your vote or whatever, right? But like, and like, yeah, like some people are going to be fine with making $1 million on a movie. Like that has to be okay with you, right? And then people are like, well, all those prices go, yeah, we have to like do something about this. And part of it starts from like people like breaking away from this stuff and understanding that you don't need to subscribe to everything. Like once you unsubscribe from something, you'll realize that they didn't release anything between the time you unsubscribed and the time you resubscribed. Even if it's like, you know, they just won't have made anything, right? And like, you go, interesting. Oh man, maybe I don't need to I don't have to have like The Office available for me to watch or whatever whenever I want to, right?
24/7.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And of course,
yeah. And I mean, I think if we're being honest, the people at Netflix totally thought, you know, Stranger Things, season 5 was going to be the end of it, and like we would have already been in a recession by now. But like now they have to buy Warner Brothers to keep the growth going, even though they don't want to. They'd rather it just tank.
I mean,
that's my theory.
I think yes, right? Because like Netflix's problem, I talked for a while, and we can end this soon, Mike. But I used to talk about a bunch how Netflix was like flattening the like quality of like appearance of media, of like all of their thumbnails seem so randomly generated that like it makes this super shit movie look the same quality as like this great movie, right? Because it's just a random shot of some guy's face from one of the scenes, right? Because they want to lower the average expectation. It's why there's like slowly shoving like AI into commercials and stuff. They're trying to like psyop, get your body ready for it, right? My body will not be. Here's the thing. I don't want corporate AI ever for anything. I don't want corporate anything, right? But sometimes a corporation has to do a thing that like one person alone couldn't do, right? Or something like that would be the argument, right? Okay, well, if an AI is doing it, then the corporation is not doing anything for me, right? If it takes 0 people to do it, why the fuck do I need a corporation, right? Isn't a corporation for when you have more people together working together? Like that's what a corporation fucking is. But they're trying to lower the number of people. Like what we should do is say you have to have 20,000 people to be considered a corporation or something. Like, do you know what I mean? Like something fucking crazy. Like Amazon. Like, and I was just thinking about like I'm looking at like they're like, oh, the job numbers are up, and why isn't everything still going? Because we're on to your rolling layoffs, you fucks. You lay people off every 3 months. 3 to 6 months, and then it staggers how many people but like we're not fucking stupid. We know no one we know is getting jobs, and we only know of people that are losing their jobs, right? Like, and then someone goes, well, what about my buddy? I'm like, yes, I know, I understand that his dad got it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's so obvious. Like LeBron James out here pretending like his son can play basketball. Like,
yeah. And let's just be honest, Daddy
people
wasn't
pretending like they want to
home to teach him.
Like they want to. People pretending like they want to see it, right? Like the entire apparatus of ESPN, like because ESPN paid for the games, so now the people they're paying to cover the games have to like the games they're covering, and blah, 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 like there is no sports journalism, there's no entertainment journalism, there's barely war correspondence these days, right? Like the amount of journalism being done is scary. You know, that's not fair. The amount of visible journalism being done, right? Like there are people doing the real journalism, and then these fake fucking institutions just cherry pick these AP reports, change the titles to whatever the fuck they want, and put them out and put ads on it and shove it in your face because they have more Twitter followers and they pay Twitter more money or whatever the fuck they're doing, right? Anyway,
economy of nothing.
.com, baby.